I'm a leather. Franco was on the set around. He's eating. Get over it. I don't be wanting this fool's land, man. Ooh. I don't even, this shit not even 14K, like niggas be capped out. Talking about some 14K. I'm finna make like 5. I had to take a loan out to get the truck. Take the loan out to get the truck. No. And yes, I be speeding in this bit. Speed limit 45. I'm taking my 10 over. Listen to some sports casts.
Time now for a Kansas City segment where we run through several concerns for the defending Super Bowl champions. My pitch for this was Kansas City problem acute.
Don't hop over here, Tessa.
Yeah, but problems.
Oh.
I was outvoted. So we went with chief concern. First up, Christian McCaffrey. Won Offensive Player of the Year and hasn't slowed down in the playoffs, averaging around 125 total yards, give or take, 2 touchdowns per game. Nick, we'll start with you. Is CMC a chief concern?
No, he's actually the only concern. That's tricky. He's not a chief concern. He is the chief concern, the only concern. Chief concern would imply that you have a long list, and he's chief. He is the only. Listen, their path is, as I mentioned earlier, Terrell Davis in the 97 Super Bowl, 156 some yards, 30 carries, 3 touchdowns. The Chiefs had, unlike lead up to Chiefs Bills, where it's like, well, let's spend half the time talking about a couple defensive players that are missing. Believe it or not, the Chiefs are missing 2 starting defensive linemen, hasn't been mentioned because it's football and you're supposed to be able to deal with it. But with Charles Omenihu out on the right defensive end spot, and then also Derek Nottie, their nose tackle out. My fear, Greg, for this game would be Christian McCaffrey behind Trent Williams again and again and again. So yes, he is to me the biggest concern.
Yeah, he's a chief concern. When you look at what this offense is based upon, it's based upon establishing the run and then getting the ball out of Brock Purdy's hands quickly. When you listen to why he struggled in early playoff games against the Green Bay Packers, he was pressing, he was a little nervous. Or to
Never.
Or to lessen those nerves early in the game, you gotta believe he's going to be a large
It bit
part
to the
of
flow.
what they do as far as getting the ball out of Brock Purdy's hands. He and obviously the other cast of guys.
Absolutely. There's no doubt. I don't see 30 carries. I mean, they don't really do that. But if he's running well, that'll open up other things.
If he has 30, the Niners will win.
Well, yeah, no, true. I mean, I see if he's 20, low 20s, but then obviously they're getting the ball to him, passing to him as well. But they need him to have a huge game, no doubt. So yeah, that's a big concern.
Next up, and they've gotten better of late.
That boy
Kansas
be
City
in
didn't
and
lead
out.
the league in drops this season. In fact, it was the worst rate in 3 years. Basically, 3 years ago now. Well, out of the last 3 years, the Chiefs would still lead the league in drops. So, apropos, are drops a chief concern, especially if my guy Kadarius Toney gets some run? No, we fixed it. Mahomes is throwing undroppable balls. Undroppable. So how about this? He's targeted Kelsey these playoffs 27 times. Kelsey had 3 drops in the Miami game. And so 26 of the 27 times he's targeted Kelsey have been right on target. 1 overthrow in the end zone. The last 2 rounds, how has Mahomes done targeting his top 2 guys? Well, he's thrown them 30 balls. How many have they caught? Oh, wait, 28. So if those guys are going to get the vast majority of targets, and then while you showed an MVS highlight that was from so long ago, it might as well have been standard definition. Just a couple of weeks ago, MVS had the catch of the postseason. season to seal the Ravens game. So no, that's old news.
Okay.
So no, they're not.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. No,
Really?
It's not. No, it's
Okay.
not. When
Sorry for
you
hitting
go
you.
back to the Buffalo Bills game when MVS was in the slot and he had the inside fade, and everybody was like, "Oh my goodness, they're on the MVS." Well, yes, this is what Patrick Mahomes was trying to tell us all season long. I'm going to continue to go to these guys, and they're going to come through. They have delivered in the postseason, so no, it is not a chief concern.
It is absolutely a chief concern. When Giannis Antetokounmpo hit, 17 of 19 free throws in the NBA Finals game?
It's that time
were
Monte
free
Carlo.
throws no longer a concern of his? No. MVS drops balls. I mean, that's just through his career. Now, he still made some great plays, too, but he drops passes. McColl makes mistakes. Yeah, it's a concern.
That is correct. I'm
Why is it starting to come my
I'm
way?
rooting for the Chiefs, but you're just spitting
The
fat.
guys that you guys are worried about, they're not going to get targets, guys.
They're going to get some
It's going to be Noah Gray, Justin Watson, a couple of MVS deep balls, and 25 targets to Kelsey, Rice, and Pacheco. Tell me right now.
I know, but if I was the 49ers,
What? You would bribe them to put Tony on the field? What are you going to do? Is
I
it going
would,
to be
if Kelsey's unguardable, Rice is not unguardable.
No.
Next up, San Francisco's potent weapons, Kittle and Debo. Including the playoffs, these guys have very similar statistics. 100 targets even. Look at Brock Purdy. What a guy.
It's like he spreads the wealth.
Yeah, it's like, candy if you have a lot of kids. Like everyone gets the same amount. Switch up more of a chin concern. More. Kittle or Debo?
Debo unquestionably. Listen, I think they're going to have Snead, Shadow Ayuk, and take him out of the game. George Kittle, for as great as he is, he's 40 yards per game in his postseason career. He has as many career playoff touchdowns as Travis Kelce had 2 weeks ago against Buffalo. So Debo is,
And we made it.
to me, the X factor of this game. He's almost too good of a player to call him the
Oh, I
X
can't.
factor. But yes, I think Debo's a legitimate concern because whenever he gets the ball in his hands, it feels like he's going to break the first tackle, and then you got to get him down the second one. So for me, it's far and away Debo.
Yeah, I'm with you again. Debo Samuel. And when you look at Christian McCaffrey, basically what you're doing is looking at Debo Samuel because they're interchangeable at times. When you talk about who's going to cover him, that would be Trent McDuffie, because he primarily plays in the slot. But when you decide to move a guy like that and you have the capability to move him in the backfield, what are you doing? It's a mismatch automatically. And again, you're going to want to get the ball out of Brock Purdy's hands and allow these guys opportunities to make plays with the ball in their hands sooner rather than later. He's a chief concern.
I think you guys
Man, that been over with.
Most of those playoff games, his quarterbacks being Jimmy G, who, as good as he wasn't Brock Purdy.
If I could trade him too.
Like, just for the record, half of his playoff games. This idea that he had so much in the blocking game to make up the gap in the receiving game. Give me a break.
Are Vegas distractions, and I'd consider a fire alarm in most teams, a chief concern?
These whiny babies. This I was from the ESPN article. They said it went off at 6:03 a.m.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey says conspiracy was on purpose. Bosa immediately hit up the D lineman group chat. And they also, by the way, talked about how they remain unhappy about the field conditions, and now this has only compounded it. Then in the athletic story, we get this, Jim. I have to read it to you. Safety Deshaun Gibson, who said he's never seen so many sleepy faces in the morning as he did Thursday, went as far as saying the disruption made practice later that day a little more difficult. Next, practice seemed a little harder. Our bodies were a little tired, but I think we'll get caught up on our sleep today. Wait till we hear the post-game quotes about we couldn't even listen to Kyle at halftime locker room. Country was so damn loud. This whole thing's been ridiculous. These whiny babies. 6:03 a.m. Be up. Super Bowl week. Get to work. Wild gets up at 6 a.m. and go to the No Excuses Power Play.
No, but just for the record, Greg, they're not working 9 to 5 jobs. They have to be at peak performance at
The
60
article
pounds.
said Kittle's alarm was for 6:10,
Oh.
and this went off at 6:03, and we're like, oh my God, heavens to Betsy.
It's not a chief concern, but it is unsettling because it's something like for this week, being that it is Super Bowl week, being that you are going to be in a hotel, not your normal environment for the week, you try to keep things as consistent as possible. So anything that disrupts that, it matters. And although, as you point out, like they're crying about it. If this were the Chiefs, you would be on the other side.
No, this happened to the Chiefs in a playoff game before the Patriots 8 years ago, and nobody remembers because who cares?
I'm with Greg. Go ahead.
It is a concern simply because it's something that's disrupting what normal looks like. However, at the end of the day, these guys know they got to just go out there and play the game.
And it's a chief concern, and I'm gonna give you credit for this. I've learned the power of the bulletin board from you this year, and they got more than bulletin board perceived slights.
Oh, interesting.
All right, they are practicing on a field that's as soft as pillows. All right, they did have this fire alarm go off and all that. They've watched TV and seen everybody except Brew pick everybody. I don't know how, because I didn't see one pundit today pick the Niners except me.
That's right.
All right, they see that, they feel slighted. Bulletin board, you know it as well as anybody. It's a chief concern.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here.
Damn, my shit fucked up again today.
Check out clips from other shows on FS1.
Now, that is in fact surprising, but McCaffrey, who will likely win Offensive Player of the Year, said Purdy's one of the best he's ever played with. Purdy has not played at an A-plus level this playoff. If we're being honest, against the Packers, he did not play great, but he played good enough to win. Against the Lions, he did not play great, but he played good enough to win. Now it's the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, one of the greatest of all time. The most important question that can be asked, I will ask, and Joy, I will ask you first. Does Brock Purdy need an A game to beat the Chiefs?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He is not Lamar Jackson. He is not Josh Allen. And he's, maybe close to Tua at this point. Boom, boom, boom. All down by the Chiefs.
Oh, I gotta click on this shit.
I'm hanging out.
And that was at the hands of the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and this defense that we are not talking about. Right here. Brock Purdy's last good first half, sandwiched on a terrible Ravens game. It was really week 15 against Arizona, week 17 against Washington, in the middle of the first half was against Ravens. His last good half against a playoff team was week 13. Good first half. It was against playoff team with the Eagles. It was over 2 months ago. So we're really talking about how Brock Purdy has played in the time. He's really not played a good first half against a good team. But not really winning. So, as we always say, winning covers everything. But now we're in the Super Bowl. So now we're having different conversations. This isn't about making it to the playoffs. This isn't about playoff series. This isn't about getting past a Jordan Love who's never been there before. This isn't getting past a Dan Campbell who's inexperienced and never been there before. This is Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, and the Chiefs defense, who, by the way, is second in scoring defense this year, second in total defense. They had the second most sacks this year, 57. They're fourth in passing defense, top 10 in third down defense, and 18th in rushing defense. So, forget Patrick Mahomes, who's the greatest player playing right now. Forget Andy Reid, who's in the conversation for best coach of all time, and certainly unequivocally is the best coach in the NFL right now. You've got the Kansas City defense on the other side. So, yes, I think he is going to have to play an A game, not just in the second half, not just for a drive, but for the entirety of the Super Bowl.
Just so you know, I like how you said that.
Oh, you're a little extra.
Beautiful. I don't think that Brock has to play an A game, and I'm not counting on him to play an A game because I don't think he will play an A game. I'm being honest with myself. Like, I don't think Brock Purdy's going to play an A game from start to finish, but I don't think he has to. I'm sitting here saying, Brock, do what you have been doing. Play well enough.
We just got that.
You know what that looks like? I was thinking about the past Super Bowls and Super Bowl quarterbacks. I don't remember the last time a Super Bowl quarterback played an A game. Maybe Tom Brady with you, Shady, when he had 199 yards or 201 yards. He had 3 touchdowns.
They really played excellent.
Right, but like you could say that game. Maybe go back to 2017 when Nick Foles had 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. But outside of that, I don't think about quarterbacks, even winning quarterbacks that played A games, top to bottom. first quarter to last quarter. So I can't expect it from Brock Purdy, and I don't think it's going to happen. I just think Brock Purdy has to find a way to play good enough to win. Niners defense, you can't let the Chiefs average 38 points, which is what they've averaged the last 3 times you played them. If that happens, you're going to lose. Niners defense, keep the Chiefs to 17, 21, 24, 28. Brock Purdy, give us a B game. Give us a B minus game. Give us a B plus game. At the end of the day, I can't know about the fourth quarter now. You finish it from the start. I don't think he needs an A game, Dave. I'm not dependent on an A game. I'm not expecting it.
When I hear A game, I mean, at least when I was in school, that's damn near perfect. He does not have to play a damn near perfect game for the Niners to win this game. He hasn't played a damn near perfect game, and the Niners have still been winning football games. So I don't think he has to play an A game. I think around a B plus, will get the job done. Because when you talk about Brock Purdy, when I hear A game, like if somebody walked up to me like, dude, you gotta play an A game. Hold on, dog. It's a lot of little pressure that you're putting on me, man. I might, run my route a little deeper than I'm usually running, shorter than I'm usually running, whatever it is, a lot of pressure. When I hear A game, that means, are you gonna start forcing some of these plays? Are you gonna start playing outside the system? Do what you have been doing that has got you here, right? And you haven't played an A game really in a very long time. Right? You have a good series, good half, whatever it may be, and your team is still finding ways to win. The best thing Brock Purdy can do is not turn this football over. I don't care how your game looks, A, B, C, D, you cannot turn this football over. And if he does that, I think the Niners will have a chance to win this football game. But A game, as Mitch Lundfeld in his first Super Bowl, to play an A game, that's going to be
What are you talking about? A game, all right. Even in the playoffs, hasn't played an A game yet. B minus to be graceful, be good. Yeah, I mean, look at the Lions game, the Packers game, A plus, and they still won. So this is the question about Brock Purdy. This is why we have these conversations. Is he a game manager? Is he elite? The reason we ask this question is because he can go out there and have a C plus game, and they still could win the game. That's why. These other guys, if Josh Allen goes out there and doesn't play any game, they're going to lose. If Patrick Mahomes go out there and mess around and have a B minus, C plus, they're going to lose. That's why we have this conversation about Brock Purdy. So yes, he doesn't have to go out there and be a superhero. Be safe with the football and let your players on defense, right, do what they're supposed to do. That's the outgetting of the team. They will. Offense, get the ball to the good playmakers. Quick, run the ball when you're passing. Defense, get special players, get the ball, anything. That's what guys are. That's why everybody's so upset and really hating on Brock Purdy because he gets a lot of plays from some people because he's young and but he can go out there and they still can win. So yes, it don't have to be perfect.
B plus game. He did play really well.
He had a fumble for
I understand. He ain't perfect. That's A plus.
Here.
Yeah.
But what happened?
Lost.
Who did they play?
But that's my point.
No. That's a Black Chiefs team.
No, I'm saying the point is, like, he didn't play that game. You can't give up a touchdown.
He did play that game. You're saying Brock Purdy didn't play that game. What happened to the Eagles?
Lost by 3.
So, I don't think it's really
What the fuck is going on? Why am I tired now?
Jalen played a really good game. We felt good about how he played. It was his first Super Bowl.
I'm still
I think
They played A game.
I understand.
Everybody played an A game, and then they still lost. And that's Jalen Hurts. So it had a start to finish an incredible season, and that Eagles team was really, really good.
That's really
and
good.
do you think
Really
the defense
good.
last year for the Eagles was equivalent or perhaps even slightly better than the Niners defense?
Yeah.
And what happened
say
to
that,
the Eagles?
I'll get there.
Hey, look, you mentioned Nick Foles, right? We went down the list of recent
say that.
Super Bowl winners,
Yeah.
right? So if your name isn't Brady or Mahomes, your name is Stafford or Foles in the last 6 years, 7 years.
Okay.
Stafford played decent too, though.
That really decent.
2 picks, though.
Okay. So not negative. B minus.
Yeah, B
Right?
minus.
B minus. I think Stafford is better than Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
We certainly aren't putting Brock Purdy in the Mahomes or Brady conversation. So you mentioned Nick Foles as the only ones who play an A game and win. James is saying with me here. Let the share say amen. We're tracking. So Jalen played an A- game. He did an A- against the turnover. They lost with a better defense against this team, the Chiefs.
I'm trying my God.
Nick Foles was the only one that we mentioned played an A game in the Super Bowl, who is not as talented as Mahomes, Brady, or Stafford. They won. So all I'm saying is, I disagree.
Here's what I would say though. For me, it's the Eagles. I gave their defense last year a D- game. If the Niners defense plays a D- game, Brock Purdy, you got to play an A+++++++. I'm assuming he does. And even if you still might. So what I'm assuming here is that the Niners defense will do their part, whatever their part looks like. Because Joy's point was brilliantly said and brilliantly made. The only thing I would say is the Eagles defense was atrocious. So no, Jalen Hurts couldn't outdo that because the Chiefs scored 38 points. No matter how good you play. Now Chiefs scored 31 points with, like we said, Jalen Hurts fumble. But here's where I'm really at is, if Brock Purdy is the 10th best player on the team, that's what many people surmise. I believe he's the 8th, maybe the 7th, but let's conclude that he's the 9th or the 10th. I'm not going to ask him to be the best. Don't make no sense. That math don't matter.
Double part
Like,
goes.
if he's the 9th best player, be the 9th best player. That's all I want. McCaffrey, be the best player. Kittle, be the 2nd or 3rd best player. Trent, be the 2nd best player. Ayuk, be the 6th best player. Warner, be the 3rd best player. Brock, fall in line. I'm not going to sit here and ask the rookie, the 2nd-year player, to now be the best player when we all say that he's the 9th or 10th best player.
But
Just be you.
shouldn't he be the best version of himself?
Yes. But I'm different when I assess games because I do grade on a curve. I know everybody doesn't, but I do grade on a curve. When I look at that Packers game, and when I look at that Packers game, I'm factoring into the weather. That's why Jordan Love didn't play great. That's why nobody played great. When I think about the Dolphins-Chiefs game, I'm factoring in the weather. That's why Mahomes played a C- game in the Dolphins-Chiefs game in the playoffs. Weather was minus 4 degrees. I'm not considering like, oh, well, Mahomes, you didn't throw for 400.
What's the
Get
curve?
that shit
No curve.
out of here.
I don't know yet.
Beautiful
You're
stadium.
correct. That's what I'm saying.
Indoors.
You know,
It's called indoors.
I would probably say, to your point, James, you brilliantly said in front of the big board yesterday, there are nerves, there's this, there's that. Mahomes, again, I remind everybody, in Mahomes' first Super Bowl, he started the game with 141 yards through 3 quarters, no touchdowns and a pick. So Mahomes played a D first half and finished the game in a C+.
My argument with that is, though, we're saying that, okay, Brady didn't play a good first half or a good A+ game. Mahomes didn't. Stafford had 2 picks. Their names are Stafford, Mahomes, Brady. So they're different than Brock Purdy. And that's not an insult to Brock Purdy, that is just a factual statement.
Different meaning
So we're saying that they're better.
So you expect him to be Brock to play worse, right?
No. I'm saying that Brock, in order for Brock to win this game, I believe he is going to have to be a nail. Because Stafford and Brady and Mahomes can play a B or a C and still go win a Super Bowl because we watched them do that. Now, perhaps Brock Purdy can because of everyone else, or perhaps everyone else won't play well, and this will be Brock's coming out party. I don't know. We haven't seen the game yet. But what I've surmised from the information that I have is that Stafford, Brady, and Mahomes are able to overcome not playing games at that level and win games. Yes, because they did. I don't know if Brock Purdy can do that if the defense isn't great, which they haven't been at the top of their game through the postseason.
Now, based on everything we know about Brock the last 8 quarters, he's proven to be able to do that. So for right now, I will say he can, because against the Detroit Lions, the defense was awful. Brock Purdy, first half, wasn't great. Second half, did what he needed to do. Against the Packers, the defense was...
See, they weren't that great defense against the Packers.
No, against the Packers, the defense was... That's all right. I think they let up 180 rushing yards, something ridiculous.
What's your grade, Brock, on the Lions game?
Lions game, I give him a B-. Packers game, I give him like a C-. Like a 73. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Go ahead, James.
No, for me, though, the reason why I can't sit here and say A is because the Jalen Hurts and those quarterbacks, the Matthew Stafford, in the playoffs, they were playing at an A level. This dude ain't played at an A level, so I'm really asking him to do something that he ain't done, at least in the playoffs this year. There's a couple games during the regular season that he played at a really high level, that's why he's an MVP. But in the playoffs, he has not played.
We should also say that Jalen Hurts and Matthew Stafford, they were heralded minimum top 3 players on their team. Stafford was on the team with Donald and Ramsey and Von Miller, so you could say maybe he was a second, maybe he was a third. Jalen was on the team with A.J. Brown was all pro last year. Lane Johnson, right? OC. Yes, but I'm thinking last year. Based on how Jalen was playing last year.
Kills.
Yeah, but Jalen last year, we said he was about. He was killing it every
Going to Kelsey.
No, I mean, you could say Jalen was the ninth best player on the team.
I didn't say that.
We have now, but last year Jalen Hurts second in MVP. We thought Jalen Hurts was playing at a very high level. So like, the Eagles needed Jalen to be what Jalen has been all season. He the second best player on the team. I would have said second to Lane Johnson. I think Lane Johnson is one of one, but he's the second best player on the team. I'm just saying, everybody do your job. Brock, be who you are. McCaffrey, be who you are. But Fred, don't come out here missing tackles, and now we want to blame Brock. No. Fred, you're the Hall of Fame. Yeah. You're the Hall of Fame. McCaffrey, you're supposed to go to the Hall. Trent, don't start giving up sacks now, and now we're looking at Brock. No, you're supposed to be the best player. You're the best
If this
player.
happens the way that you're saying it, who are we gonna give the praise to?
And what happens if
If he plays a B, C, or C,
they win?
they win.
We're gonna give a lot of the credit as he's the coach. Yeah, is he? Yeah, of course. Listen, we won't question honestly. Game manager. That's what happens. That was all.
But I do think like Brock's going to actually play at a B level. So no, we can.
But every time I try to dig off in there, how that bitch start leaning.
Is the reason
Too
why
much
he wins.
power, not enough
So I
goddamn.
know we saying A, B, C, whatever, but he's going to have to make some plays. Like some off-schedule plays. It might be a play in third down. He's gonna have to do something. That's gonna happen. We're going, Patty gonna make some of the plays. He's going to have to make some of those plays, right? I know defense gotta play well. McCaffrey gotta play well. It's going to become a time in the football game to where he has to say, I got it.
He's going to have to play about as good as Mahomes. About as good as Mahomes. He's going to have to. Think about this. Against the Lions, y'all said Goff played better. I said Purdy played a bit better. Against the Packers, y'all said Love played better. I said Purdy played better. He's going to have to play a game where at least I can come up here and say, nah, Shady, he played as good as Mahomes. He's going to have to. If they want to win. Because Lamar Jackson's Ravens held Mahomes Shady to 17. Now, I know we could push back to held him to 17, and the Ravens were never really in the game. Because Lamar didn't even play. We couldn't argue he played as good as Mahomes.
I just think that the way the team is built and the way they've been playing, like he hasn't been playing that great and they still been winning. And I guess you said it's McCaffrey. Yeah, cool. But like if you look at the last time I handled that thing,
I see the issue.
I was looking at it like
I see the issue.
how they built. They're
Let's
built
go.
for
Get
him.
out this motherfucker before I get here.
It has to.
Wouldn't you say if the Niners defense does their job, if the Niners defense gives up 30 points again,
No, it's a
A lot of downloads for this Super Bowl.
I cannot.
Subscribe here to get the latest from State and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.
Most important in the community, also. Get on the roof. The roof. That's not man roof.
Man thing.
That's not man thing. Changing tires, that's not man thing. That's mechanic shit.
Building a house, man shit.
Mechanic shit.
Mm-hmm.
House builders.
You gotta get it right, Lex. Pay to play. Is this what you do? Here you go. Port your local community. This is what you do? This is what you do? You build shit?
I don't even get an oil change.
I'm just like me for real.
Yeah. You better come get this shit.
This is like me for real. What's up? How do you do this?
They said I need all of these things done. No.
Send it.
Oh, that's how they get. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I go by myself. I have my oil change. Come back. 17 other things. Dad, here. Not him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just your oil.
They try to get you. They be trying to upgrade you with no reason. The upsell game is real. Gil, what is the most difficult home improvement task that you've taken on?
I know you done built a light fixture or something. You done fixed
Not anything that has to do with like putting something together.
Okay.
Right, like let's say like a knob falls. I'm like one of my drawers is like it unhooks, and every time like one of the kids pull it too hard and it unhooks, I can't even put it together. To be honest, I don't take the time to even think on how to make it. I just sit it there and wait for the maid to come put the shit back together. I just put it to the side. I mean, some of y'all have seen me just random door just sitting to the side of the wall. That's the maid. Click that shit back in. Like, I'm not gonna frustrate myself trying to put. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna frustrate the shit out of myself.
You don't put together like drawers or tables.
I didn't do workshop in high school.
Retarded, bro. He said he don't put
I can follow
nothing
it, but
together.
just like anybody, you start reading, then you start just pretending like, I got it. And then you try to do the shit yourself. Like,
Not I.
like
Not I.
I'm not reading word for word. I'm trying to get to the bottom of
They
this.
call me mechanic.
For real?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, everything in my crib, I'm built up. Couch.
Why am I on a fucking
A
racetrack?
nice little under the TV called the little TV stand. But it got the LED fireplace.
Yeah.
Wow, that shit together. Bed, everything. Ooh.
The bed.
Yeah, whole bed. Yeah, they get
Like the screws and shit?
everything.
Hey man, the man.
I sit there for a couple hours and do that shit. I love that shit.
Like you put the bed
Whole
together.
bed,
Fuck
nigga.
up off the racetrack,
Everything
man.
around the bed. They give you just 2 boxes. You be like, this is the bed.
I bet together in college.
I don't even make my
You
bed.
put a bed together.
This nigga Gilbert
I had a
is
furnished
lazy.
apartment, so I went to the store, got me a little bed thing, and I put it together.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Like fresh.
Yes.
Like, nah, I just get in my bed, I sleep right at the edge, so I can just fold it back, just boom. Because if I like sleep wild and I gotta like now try to put it all together again, hell no. Well, I had a single father, so I'm a little different. I had a single father who had to be a man, so he had to do man shit, which left
What?
me not doing nothing.
What is I had to
He
do
cook
man
and
shit?
clean, take out the trash, so I didn't do nothing. So I didn't want to do nothing.
You supposed to be like Trey though, rake the leaves, rake the leaves.
I was raised like you. I was raised like you.
Raised in the gated community, shit. I had to build fire. I had to figure out fire. Fire warms, yes.
You date me, we both looking at each other when the trash is full.
Who's gonna take it out?
You ever been to a trash can? Flies and shit coming out of it. I'm supposed to lift it up and throw it out.
They're used to the flies.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she doesn't notice that y'all leave the food here. When you come back in the morning, it's still there. I know y'all have noticed that.
So we've been eating leftovers.
When she comes, she gonna have to take it out there, throw it in the trash, and bring the noodles in.
She done made it
I'm not
for
doing it.
She done made it for
I'm pretty sure she's noticed by now.
We not doing nothing.
I go right in there like 3 times. Like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to the trash can on this one. There be like little coyotes out there in the morning.
Going nowhere.
I be laughing.
I got a trash made. I put that bit at the door. Come get this shit.
Edgar, what you doing over there?
Oh, girl be like, you gonna take that to the dumpster? Nigga, no. I'm finna sit that shit by the door and let the fucking trash nigga come get that bit.
As you know, we talk basketball, we talk life, we talk a little bit of everything. Let's get
And
into
they like, well, long as hell.
Playboy Cardi pulled up to Aiden Ross's stream, ignored him, and literally danced around almost every question that he was asked. And the left a $2 million bag in 6 minutes, a record, you know. Very rare.
First of all, this is the second time I've seen that boy on the screen with a rapper.
Yeah, finesse.
You got finesse by 21 Savage with the Mark Card. Aiden Ross, big in the streaming community, making millions and millions of dollars.
Just sitting in front of the camera.
Like play video games or nothing.
No. Okay, so they have changed like streaming, video game streaming, because they've gotten so big where they've added celebrities to their life of playing video games and doing. So they have evolved into something that's totally different. So just being a regular video game streamer, you can't even compete with these things. Because you video game streamer, I'm like, where's Drake?
Yeah, you
Hey, nigga,
Nicki Minaj.
I got 200 followers, bro. I just came here to play the video game, bro. Shit, I can send my mom in here.
Yeah, Nicki, Offset on there. Yeah. What you guys
Just
So reports are here only gave him half the bread, and then supposed to give him a private plane to $1 million. Yeah, they gave him $1 million cash meal. But in response to the backlash, they're supposed to be doing a part 2.
Yeah, because they cancel. He can cancel.
Give me a meal. You've never seen me again. So I'll be trying to rob you when you go to sleep.
Okay, I'm sorry, but are we gonna just be honest? How much is a play? It's a good Playboy Cardi for a show.
100K, maybe.
100K.
Maybe.
100K. Okay, 250. How about this?
500.
I will do 500 just for shits and giggles. $500,000 for him to do a 2-hour show, right? And you telling me I'm gonna pay him $2 million and he's gonna come on my live stream with a mask on and not answer no questions? Really? Stop. Let's just stop. The money is the gimmick of it all, right? I'm gonna give you this bag of money. Like, I'm gonna give you this bag of money. It makes it seem like an amazing thing, right? That the money is the flashpoint. The money is the,
You think people really believe that this money is just being handed over like that?
people believe it.
Cause I was at the grill with my friend, and one of the little TikTok people came up to us and was like, "Dude, with the mic, if you get this right, we'll give you $10,000." Me and Nikki, who was my friend, I was with me, was like, "Oh yeah, I bet." Ask us the question, tell us the answer before we start filming, and it's fake. The money is fake.
Prop money.
But he posted the video, 4 million views. People are like, "Oh my god."
He monetized off that. Y'all still didn't get bread.
I know, because then he was like, "Y'all want to do nothing?" No, I don't.
That's just it. People like,
Y'all ain't tag us, nothing. We got nothing from this video. But they're making so much money.
it's lying.
I swore I'm
What's the easiest bag finesse?
upgraded it.
I'm talking about him. That's the biggest bag finesse because he gets all the views from it. Because there's no way, I don't know how much money you've tried to take out of a bank. There's no way in hell that he could have went to the bank and took out $2 million that easy.
It takes a few days though.
You have to order it.
Yeah, you gotta order it.
You have to order it. They have to ship it to you. Then you have to go through so many questions of what are you doing with this money? Because it's money laundering. They want to make sure you're not money laundering, right? Now, hence the kicker. You're giving it to him. What do you think happens to Playboy Cardi if he got a real $2 million?
And he get on the jet.
Right, $2 million. Oh my God, IRS is on his ass. What you doing with this money? Where you going with this money? Are you going to deport this money? Because cash is the worst thing that you can do to give someone. Because Aiden Ross can write it off as what? An expense, right? So it didn't cost him $2 million. You give it to him, right? He didn't get $2 million. He only got $1 million. Now, if he don't claim that money, IRS is going to tax him anyway for it.
He donated it. He donated that money. That's literally a donation from him. He said, hey, I donated that from my foundation to Playboy Cardi.
We put $1,000 in that bit. I'm gonna get up.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, this is a splash. Even with the 21 Savage, we didn't pay attention to. That's the clickbait of it all. Oh, you got cheated.
So I should save my take on it being some nigga shit. Kind of like a nigga, like, we can't even do it.
You could use that take later in the show.
Shit,
for sure.
Man, it's just like some nigga shit. Him and 21 Savage, y'all doing some nigga shit, man.
Let's get into basketball. Knicks point guard Ryan Arcidiacono. I said it right?
That bitch gonna spin out.
I didn't even hear you say
That bitch gonna spin out.
Arcidiacono,
That bitch gonna spin out.
You're in the beef, all right? Knicks fans, fine people. Shout out to Kid Merrill. Shout out Spike Lee. Shout out Ben Stiller. In the beef, dude. We gotta go to New York at some point.
I'm gonna do that because Steve will call.
We got some Knicks fans in the building. The Knicks point guard Ryan Arcidiacono is making history for all the wrong reasons. So, first player in NBA history to play 20 consecutive games without scoring a single point. I love put those 3 fingers down, Chief, and that's how much you scored. He actually played there, so he plays.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't even throw extra stats in here.
You're right, what's coming in.
No, I'm just saying because usually you would add it in, you know,
on a Wednesday with the over.
How is that? That's supposed to be real, man.
20 games without a free throw in 20 games, obviously. Right? If he ain't made a point, he ain't made a free throw either. So you get to throw that in there with threes. So eventually, at some point, with all the stats combined, he's the only player in history who will ever do this again.
Man, Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer.
Right? If he don't have no points, if he don't have a block or something, like he gets to be the only person ever to ever do this. If you have the rest of the stats.
You should separate those stats. You separate the first player, no points, no free throws.
Yeah, ladies and
He
gentlemen.
only averages 2 minutes a game.
He played 45 minutes this season. Again, I am merely a host, Gil. I just conveyed the stats as they are presented to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You could do something in 2 minutes.
But
Can.
you get a bucket. But
Especially-
he's getting in on the Will Sign trend like everybody else.
No. What would be funny if he actually did it?
For sure.
If he actually did it, that makes it funny.
Now that would be legendary. But shout out to our expert production team.
So we get on doing it.
So probably didn't know he was the most outstanding player back in the NCAA tournament out of Villanova. So his former college and current Knicks teammate Josh Hart took some time to recognize the record. In the history book.
Like those college teams and the pros, like they just joke around all day.
So Rashad, let's start with you. What's the worst slump you had in your career on or off the
Flipping
court?
it, Ben.
These are difficult questions, man.
You like that?
I'm slumping over here. I live in the park. We get pumps in the gym, pumps in the box.
No off the court slumps?
Well, I mean, recently, just because of just going back and forth with your deal, man, being out there in the public eye. Why you coming to get work? You know, the work started deleting me and started to leave. Getting a work, I have a work slump, you know what I'm saying? I'm lonely over there trying to get this skin shit don't work no more. It's hard. It's hard.
Blue right up.
Yeah, man, OnlyFans ain't working, ain't responding back. I know how tough it is out there for y'all. It's tough. Tough. I get it.
Lexi, what's the worst slump you had in your career on or off the court?
Where the fuck is the
probably my
anti-lock,
rookie
bro?
season,
That bitch don't supposed to just start
I didn't
sliding on
play,
me.
so it wasn't a slump, but just show up every game day. You just sit on the bench and clap and cheer, and then get thrown in randomly and you get yelled at for not doing your job. You're not good on the court in 5 days, but wouldn't be a slump, but that was just a low point. And obviously your percentages reflect that. So like I was shooting 20% from 3 and shit. Like,
Damn. Yeah.
it was just bad. Like shooting 2 threes in a game a week. Like
Yeah, that's tough.
it's annoying. Yeah.
And people don't realize that goes to your overall
Yeah,
three-point shooting
so
percentage.
I've had 2 seasons of barely playing. I've been like 30% and below from the 3. So it's like fuck that my overall 3-point
And then
percentage.
people judge you by, look, you didn't even shoot this for your career.
Welcome to Fourth and One, where I always got it done. Bringing facts by the ton before the rising of the sun. This ain't me in a shotgun. Matty Ice. This me in front of your TV having a whole lot of fun. Listen here, Peggy.
Come fuck with a money making that nigga coming
We
friend.
got Mr. Atlanta on the Iceman. Nat Ryan, thank you for coming today.
Of course.
Good to be on with you guys.
Hey, listen, man, it's high energy today. You know, we do our little chants. Not little chants, we do our big chants. We kind of get everybody in the kind of the realm. The main reason why I started Fourth and One, Matty Ice, is because
Fuck.
I wanted to hold
I double
people
clicked this shit.
accountable. Okay? Right? I wanted to make sure that we put the truth first. My first question to you is this. Has all your work been appreciated in Atlanta? The truth!
We're starting.
Nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yeah, starting with bangers here.
No,
Here's my thing. Okay.
What the fuck?
The short answer is probably no.
no.
Probably no. But at the same time, you know, I'm proud of what I did and the time that I spent there. I think there was a level of consistency
Yes.
that we provided. The division was a juggernaut.
Oh my goodness!
Right? So,
Juggernaut.
juggernaut.
Yes.
At least in my opinion.
Bro,
You
we
look at
had-
the defenses.
Yes.
You guys played good defense. You knew it was always going to be physical
Right.
in New Orleans. I know Tampa, for the
How,
most part,
bro?
wasn't as good, but their defense was legit.
Defense
Damn.
was solid.
Defense was legit. And so
Give me one here.
you're playing in this tough division. You're playing with Drew Brady. I mean, you knew you were getting the best of the best every time you went out. I think there was a level of consistency of all 3 of us at that time in the division.
We were at our best at the same time.
Correct. And it made it hard.
It went from Drew,
Yeah.
then it came to me, and then you guys had to choose. And our biggest thing, it wasn't necessarily about NFC championship. We got to win our division. Correct? If we win our division, that we're the best NFC, because at that time, NFC South was probably the most competitive.
That's facts.
Right?
for sure in the NFC, right? If you think about the NFC at that time, the West was really that good at that time. The Rams were not very
The
good.
reason why I asked that question, I'll say this. A neighborhood, I went through the transition from Michael Vick to Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
And I would say I don't think you do have the measure of respect of the and of course it's kind of from a biased tone because I look at it from also the person who hated Matt Ryan or Julio Jones. You know, as a person that I just
Bro, I'm trapped in it,
I was just hate them. But at the same time, looking at the things that you get for what we can do expectations in the end as a whole is high. People are yearning for just success. And I say no because you deserve your flowers and I don't think you've got them.
Well, I appreciate that. And it was hard. Like, the situation that I came into was difficult.
Yeah.
You know, because Mike, I love Mike. I've gotten to know him through the years. He couldn't have been cooler for me. And that meant a lot to me as a player. Because it was like, okay, you got the Mike fit. You know what I mean? You got the Mike from the guy. I was like a Mike fit there.
Yeah.
You know, like, to me, it was like, anybody our age.
Correct.
You know, you could not have been understood it from that respect. My game was different though.
Correct.
Right? My game was not that. It was more distributed. Kind of getting the guys involved. Getting the ball. I felt like I could really make plays that I needed to make. My legs were a little bit great. You know.
Look at that shit.
My style was different. And but that meant a lot to me. That was cool about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. The feeling throughout the work. We choose to live there. I'm not a native when I came to it, and I understand, you know, being there for so long, what a cool place it is. We started in 12, so eventually I was after George Floyd, right? So all of this crazy stuff that was going on, I'm sure you sat in team meetings that you had to respond to, and I sat in them. And quite honestly, I got from our teammates, we need white players to step up too.
Yeah.
And the cool part to me in Atlanta is that I think it's the place that we can do that.
Yes.
Right? Where it's not about black, white, or whatever. It's about everybody understanding what's actually going on and how we can create more opportunities for kids that need it in the city of Atlanta that are specifically black.
I would tell you this, and I always have like white counterparts or Caucasian counterparts, and we're not expecting nothing other than empathy. Right? Understand it. It's like you tell people what it's like living in America.
Let's not go that way.
It's biasness. And it's like right now how I'm wearing my hair. Cam Newton can wear that. But what about, you know, Jacquez, you know what I'm saying? Now relates to 13, 14. I'm not expecting Matt Ryan to understand what it's like growing up. I'm not saying that. But when I was in the locker room, when we had these conversations, or this time period that was very sketchy in the NFL, because it was like, you got two side jobs, or whatever. And it was just like, bro, I just want to tell you about my struggles as a black man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting up here trying to tell you, like, you know what, that shit sucks. Yeah, of course it sucks, but at the same time, it's like the empathy to, I see how you feel. I see how you can feel a little triggered when you see the police officers. I see how you can feel triggered about certain things, but
I've always felt like our experiences as teammates were always similar in the locker room. But when I left the building, or you left the building, our experiences were very different. And to not acknowledge that, I don't understand, right? Because to me, listen, like you said, I wish the world was a lot more like where it's like, I don't feel the same things happen. And people are real,
very unfiltered. Right.
but at the same time, they're honest.
Yeah.
And I think that part is really cool. Like the world would be a little bit better off if it happened a little bit more like that.
I just have to ask you this question as we kind of transition into the flow of questions. It's And you have 3 goals on it.
Who's going to pick? Bravo, you see that guy coming in the middle of the field. I got one on one on X. Right on top of doing the goal ball. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Now, is zone coverage?
Yes, sir.
Only G eats up zone coverage in the middle of the field.
His ability, his IQ,
Unbelievable.
and it was this crazy thing. I'm thinking about it as I'm remembering. He would do this pirouette.
Yeah, the triple threat.
He would spin off. It was almost like, dude, I'm touching the house.
Yeah, like that thing, right?
He always scared people. It was so awkward to see that he would always squeeze an additional like 6 to 8 yards. Yeah, always sticking around. Yeah, like, what are you doing here?
We used to say it all the time, we play basketball. So when he takes his thing, he would fake you out, put that thing in the triple threat, and then try and cross you over.
No, it wasn't that quick. No. We let people make this. The great time is the great time is that.
Hey, you ready to get on the question calls of the week?
Yeah, man, let's go on here and get into that.
So how do we do this? Unfortunately, we have a more engaging question. Alright? So you answer the question and go from there. Can you name the quarterback who was struck by lightning twice? And he started in the Super Bowl. He started in the Super Bowl in the last 20 years.
Struck twice.
Struck
I got no idea. Who got
Who-
struck by lightning twice?
What is it? Hasselbeck.
Boston
Matt
College? Matt
Hasselbeck.
Hasselbeck got struck by lightning?
Bro,
That's it.
crazy.
That.
This is crazy.
Even with that,
I had no idea. Me neither. I should know.
having that year in Boston, how did you endure the weather there, bro?
Dude, I didn't know any different. I grew up in Philadelphia, and so it was kind of cold there. Then I got to Boston, it was a different level of cold. But I was young and dumb.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Then I got to Atlanta, and I wore shorts and t-shirt on a Christmas,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't think I'm going back.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going back with this. I kind of like it. Now I'm soft, man.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Bougie.
It's cold. I'll tell you what, it gets dark so early too. Like that was the thing that would
Gloomy.
drive me crazy in Boston.
The Southeast.
Yeah.
Next question, what we got? Can you name the 3 of the top most watched, 3 of the top 5 most watched Super Bowl halftime shows of all time? And who performed during the Super Bowl you played with?
Lady Gaga performed in the Super Bowl.
Who?
3 of the top 5 most watched. I'm gonna say Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake. It's gotta be right. Maybe it's up there. Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake. That's gotta be one of them. I'm gonna say
Dominican Manny Ice.
I'm gonna Gaga. It might be crazy. Lady Gaga was up there. All right. Oh, no. Rihanna. Well, I was good. She was flying all over.
What I'm saying, I thought Beyonce would have been up there.
Beyonce should be up higher. She not.
Yeah, that was
You
surprising.
know what's weird about the halftime game though? It kind of just depends on who's playing in the game.
That is true.
You know what I mean? So it's less about. I feel like it's less about the performer and more about who's playing in that game.
Real Super Bowl question.
Yep.
What was the biggest takeaway from your Super Bowl that I know for me, I underestimated the halftime.
Yeah, it's long. It's ridiculous.
Bro, guys changed their uniforms.
Yeah.
Restretched, it was so long, and I was saying to myself, like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Over the time for me, too, I felt mentally exhausted.
Yeah.
What was your experience like?
The halftime, you're spot on. I mean, they can prepare you for it all you want. Like,
Yeah.
we would do these things in practice where we take this break in the middle of practice, but like, it's just so different. You're so conditioned.
Yeah.
Like the halftime in the NFL is fast.
Yeah.
Like
Adjust,
normal
go.
games. Boom. Yeah. Maybe. Hey, here's the first play we're running.
Yeah.
Get a Gatorade, whatever, and then you're back out there. So that was crazy. I just felt like the volume of the early in the week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of like doing the media day, doing that stuff, and just like.
Yeah.
And just like the press conference after press conference after press conference that you have to do, compartmentalizing that. I feel like I did okay, but like,
Yeah.
that was kind of a time suck and kind of an energy drain where it was like, man.
Yeah.
So
I think the experience factor comes in, like when we talk about Super Bowl experience, to me it's less about playing the game.
Yeah.
It's more about handling all of the other crap that
I'm
comes
out of
along with it.
gas.
Yeah.
Man, Matty Ice, my guy, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Question
it.
real
Yes.
quick. I know you have some things going on with ALS.
Yes.
Ice Bucket Challenge. Just tell us a little bit about that.
All right. So that Ice Bucket Challenge went viral 10 years ago,
Yeah.
which is wild that it did. But the reason it's important to me, one of my buddies at Boston College was Pete Frates, who was instrumental in starting the Ice Bucket Challenge, suffered from ALS, saw what the disease did to him, how it affected him, how it affected his family, but also saw what a champion he was for trying to raise awareness, raise research for ALS. And so here today, kind of spreading the word on, hey, we did a great job at the beginning, but we got to keep it rolling.
Keep it going.
We got to keep it going. You know how it goes in these type of things. It's the follow through. It takes time to find the cure, and so trying to keep that awareness up, trying to keep it rolling, and hopefully we can do a good job with
Man,
it.
appreciate you, brother.
Cam, you're the best.
Man, listen, hey, before we get out of here, you gotta lock in with me. Can you follow instructions? Can you take coaching?
I am.
All right, here we go.
Coachable.
One hand out. When I say all together, you're gonna say one love.
Okay.
All right, one finger, one pinky, one thumb, all together.
All love.
One love. One love. My bad.
No, I
Man, it's
can't.
uncoachable.
I'm uncoachable. One love.
Welcome to 4th and 1. Well, I always got it done. Bring it back by the time of the rising of the sun. But this ain't me in the shotgun. This me in front of TV having a whole lot of fun. Peggy, pay attention. You
What's
still
up? I'm good. Put me in the game, coach.
Wake up, Peggy. Hey, you ain't been talking to me, bro. We had the Super Bowl, man. It's
Yeah,
game
go on,
time.
man. I got you. But we got a great guest to talk to you.
What's up,
okay?
Steve?
First round draft pick, Mr. Dude.